Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine read for you for Twin Flames right in front of you. I was just meditating to see what the inner child wants from us today, what was the message. And I was getting, I usually go, the left is the feminine, the right is the masculine. Sometimes both the masculine and feminine are on one side or the other, or sometimes they're in the middle together. Today was actually very funny. The inner child of the feminine was a little girl, probably around 3 years old, 3 or 4, something like that, dressed up, but she looked like Shirley Temple. She didn't look like me. She had curly blonde hair, and she was just like Shirley Temple, and she was on the left, and she was running far left to go jump on Santa's lap. But I couldn't see Santa Claus, but I knew it was Santa Claus, but she was giggling like she wanted to hug this person, not like Santa Claus, but by someone that was not even a family member, but someone she loved. So that's when I realized we were far to the left, because the little masculine and feminine were playing Shirley Temple and Santa Claus. It was very, very cute, but it was very loving. And also health and weight issues were coming up today, to focus on working out. I was getting that vision of, when they, I don't know what it's called, when they, like DJs do it, when they scratch the record, but I'm seeing that as a hand going back and forth, like the high vibration, like to get your body moving, to work out and burn calories. So that was one of the messages coming up here. So the SIRIAN Starseed deck was cut at 9:33 to 34 this morning, which is the 9 of the Hermit, the 33 to the 34 of the 7 of Wands, and the 8 of Wands, which is standing up for yourself without being defensive or reactive or getting triggered. And if you do, it's okay. It's about not getting on yourself about having made a mistake, or not being perfect, or not living up to your expectations. Either way is fine, but you're just working towards a better you always. Okay, so 33-34 is that standing up for yourself, and then the 8 of Wands, which is that back and forth communication, fast-paced communications or travel, expressing your feelings back and forth, arrows of love, all that kind of energy there, and definitely relates to travel and communication. So those two energies were coming up when I cut the deck. And the main cards of the SIRIAN Starseed deck is all about the lovers. That was the only major arcana that came up today, and it was smack in the middle of the read. We did have a couple major arcanas come up outside the read, because I do pull a few cards on either side of the read. And we had Ascension before the read, which is like the world. And after the read, the Strength card and Abundance card came up, which is like the Empress. So very much the energy about the lovers upright today. It was upright. And the challenge being the 7 of Swords. Now, the 7 of Swords was reversed in the read today, so that was good, because that's about people coming clean. But that card inherently is about risk. Some people call it the liar, cheater, thief card. But in the SIRIAN Starseed deck, it's much more about receiving and passing on downloads out of a balloon. So it's just inherently about risk, and the challenge is about coming clean about risky behavior or taking risks. And let's see here. I also felt, as I put down the 3 of Cups, which is in the recent past, so someone might have been celebrating or going to party, work parties, coming together, whatever it is, a reunion as well. I got sick, like nauseous, like I wanted to throw up for a moment. So, and it was stressing me out, stomach-wise though, not in my chest. So that 3 of Cups, some of you may have drank too much going out to parties recently, so that might be coming up because of that. And that was at 9:51, 52, 53, which is the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Knight of Swords, which is all about being in your head, right? Intellectualizing things and feeling sick to your stomach because you're not falling into your heart. So then I finished the read. Actually, at 9:55, I sneezed twice, and 55 is the Ace of Swords, the truth. So I sneezed twice, so someone might be coming off as telling the truth, but maybe that they're not actually. And actually, that could have to do with alcohol as well. So someone might have an allergy to alcohol, or withdrawal from alcohol if they're trying to quit alcohol, that kind of thing. So the end of the read came up right at 10 o'clock, which is the Magician backed by 3 zeros. A lot of source energy backing up the Magician. We had 3 swords, 2 cups, 4 pentacles, and 1 wand. So heavy on the pentacles, which has to do with work and practical things in life. It doesn't have to be money and work, but it can be just any practical things, even little injuries and things like that. And then a lot of swords energy too. So very much about work and being in your head, maybe stressed out at work. And then 2 cups though, so that's well represented, and then 1 wand. So there's less action and passion today. It's more about sitting still and thinking too much, probably. Thinking about money, the holidays, spending, and then tax season, because the end of the year is coming up. So the Knight of Swords comes up, the King of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. So a king, a knight, and a page. Before the read, the Queen of Cups came up. After the read, the Page of Cups came up. All right, so there's a lot of masculine energy in the read, but we also have sweet, childlike, and feminine energy around the read. Today, by the way, is December 20th, 2019. The 20 is the Judgment card. So it's very much about making final decisions, hearing that call to action, making announcements, all of that kind of thing, finalities. But it's also very much about the 2 of the High Priestess, the feminine energy, to a higher calling, okay? The day adds up to 54-9 today, which is the Page of Swords. So that's all about communication and children. Remember that the Page of Swords is immature communication. It has very much to do about online or electronic type messages, texts and emails, things like that. And that they are immature messages, right? Because they're not face-to-face, or because they're small messages, the truth isn't complete there, or you're not seeing the face behind the truth, right? So it can't be complete because you really don't know the truth behind that message. And they can be interpreted different ways as well. So that energy is coming up around the 54-9. 9 is also the number of endings and selflessness, universal compassion, the collective consciousness. So about getting a message out, perhaps about an ending that's come, and then we have a final judgment here. So that could be legally, could be cases ending, divorces finalized, just final decisions made at the workplace or at home, or someone who's been called to action finally heeding that call. So with the Divine Masculine, like I said, I gave you the Lovers as the only major arcana, and the numbers here and the code line message were all about synchronicity and time out. The S, though, the synchronicity was covered, and I was getting that it's just higher than the Y, and I was getting the SYN as the Y in the road with Sophia, and N for me is code Jesus. So it really has to do with Jesus covering the 3D, or the masculine gate, and the Sophia of the feminine gate in the higher realms, okay? And then the chronicity has to do with chronicling the timelines around the Y in the road, or the bridge from the Divine Masculine to the Divine Feminine, from the 3D to the 5D. So it's like kind of bridging all of those different things. And it's showing the Y in the road, which may indicate that when the Divine Masculine crosses the bridge, there may be 2 ways even across the bridge that he can take, 2 paths to the other side. So there's also time out. It's about seeing synchronicities, following your guidance, and taking time out. The message here and the numbers were 1010 was the most significant, which is that very high vibration, the trill of the 101010. We also have 22 and 66, which is the Fool and the Queen of Pentacles. We also have 23, which is the King of Wands. 567, Made in Heaven. 910, Begin Again. And in a lesser sense, we have 26, which is the Page of Wands. 610 came up, as well as 35, which is the Wounded Warrior. The 9 of Wands, which is associated for me with Mary Magdalene as well. And then 79 also comes up, which for me is the Pot of Gold at the end of the rainbow, which again is about crossing the rainbow 4D bridge to the other side. So let's see here. So the message around synchronicities and time out, and the code line was all about the number 13. It was 6 and 7, which is 13. 13 is the Death card, transformation, transition, change, right? Allowing the big change to happen. Significant changes here. So regarding synchronicity and time out, the message revolves around the challenge of the 7 of Orbs, which is the risk-taking. 7 is also for me, the feminine within the masculine. It's also the chariot, which can be the feminine and the masculine within the chariot, the duality of them. And I did go online a little bit here, but first, the messages I was getting, there's several things. So addictions are coming up. Social Security Administration comes up, of course, because we're dealing with taxes coming at this time of year. But also Social Security has to do with victim mentality and aid, having to do with the lovers, the Sophia 9, which is the feminine collective consciousness, and the mastering, or the urgent support of the Seven of Swords, risky behaviors and or downloads regarding energy and or snow coming up. Snow is in my code line too as well. Safety, also not just Social Security, but for me, I always tell you the root chakra is safety and security, right? Because that's what the root chakra has to do with. So those base safety and security issues, the red issues. And then Alcoholics Anonymous came up, as well as Sexaholics Anonymous. Sexy Sadie came up specifically, as well as, what else was coming up? I'll get to in a minute. So, and the I am presence, right? Loving yourself first by not allowing others to drag you into addictions again, or giving them too much again, you know, so that you'll be liked. It's about standing in your power, being sovereign, your I am presence. The lovers, the Sophia 9, and also the mother was coming up, Ma stirring things up. So third party interference, and not relating to the twins, but just the karmics around you. So the mother stirring the pot, the feminine within the masculine, or the chariot, and that's ascension as well, of thoughts and words. So too much in your head, take a time out. Like I said, Sexy Sadie came up here, and the lovers, the 6, or the Sophia 9, the collective feminine consciousness, in mastering addictions. That energy is okay, you can say no, and there may be snow coming up, but watch out for snow jobs, right? Don't be fooled. Follow your synchronicities, and or if you get too much into your head, take a time out. So that is very much the message. So Social Security, Safety and Security, Alcoholics Anonymous, as well as Sexaholics Anonymous. We also have Delaware coming up here, as well as Princess Diana and Di. So that's the after death, or if someone's died recently, it's the after the fact energies of the Sophia, the collective feminine consciousness, in their chakra system. That the female energy, or the high vibrational energy, becomes exponential or multiplies. And that relates to the X energies too, the karmic energy. With the master of risk energy, as the snow comes, or it could be someone trying to snow you, the 5D energy of the feminine, the higher vibration, the Mary Magdalene higher self, guiding the masculine's 3D self at the Y in the road, and chronicling the time out. And again, time out, because you're too much in your head today for the masculines. They're very much in the work, mind, logic mentality. So it's saying allow the feminine energies to pull you out of that. And also, again, we're focusing on addictions today and health, which is why working out comes up as well. So when I went online, I got spirit orbs, an orb. A lot of these were games, okay? A lot of games came up. They were all different, but one was spirit orbs, that the orb shrunk after the defeat of the master puppet. I think that was Natruto fandom. The second header was master, forsaken master, so that's coming up as the masculine, may have been forsaken, and here is that word forsaken, very much used in the movies for Jesus Christ Superstar and that kind of thing. In the path of exile, right, when Jesus was exiled from the group. The Master Zeke came up from Sonic fandom, and that was Master Zeke, the oldest member of the Deadly Six. He was 1,036 years old. And 36 is the 10 of Wands, that large burden carrying the weight of the world upon your shoulder. He was a character with the personality of a Chinese poet, and rides his staff like a surfboard. So that can represent, the staff that you ride, like a witch would ride a stick, but also your staff, rides your staff like a surfboard, surfing the waves. The only member who carries a weapon-like tool. Another heading that came up was around artifacts of the ages. And as I wrote artifacts, I'm seeing artificial facts, right? Make sure you get your facts straight. And that was from Dungeons and Dragons. Another header was Top 7 Showstopper, King B, Indie, Idols, SA, which then again is Sexaholics Anonymous, and then MZANSI Magic, and then it was ... So that was from YouTube. Then the next header was AID Staff, ADE Staff, and that was from ade.eu. And that had to do with a doctorate in, someone who was getting a doctorate in economics, or they were applying for a job, master's in management and microfinance. So Melinda Ademi was coming up, FT7-LULIJA, and that was YouTube as well. Zelda was coming up, Breath of the Wild Guide, Korsh, O''Who, HU, Shrine Location. That was from Polygon.com, and there was a date there, January 4th, 2018, so the date may be significant for some of you. And then Geometry Dash came up from enwikipedia.org, and another date came up from Zelda. Another Zelda site came up, 10/15/17. The 7 Heroines is one of 42, which is the 2 of Cups. Shrine Quests. So then the acronyms were coming up again. The SA, which besides Sexaholics Anonymous is a public company. Has to do, of course, with the assault division of the Nazis, the stormtroopers, the brown shirts. Sexaholics Anonymous, SS and SA came up .b, which is digikey.com. And then SS was coming up as POW camp in the Soviet Union, 1941. So, of course, the SS flag, wherever they posted their flag. It was just like it was like a front company for the Nazis, the company of the Nazi Party. AA was coming up, so American Airlines, of course, Alcoholics Anonymous, Bible Acts of the Apostles, Anti-Aircraft, Association or Associate's Degree in Arts, Lava, Having a Rough Service is also AA, Administrative Assistant, Authors Alteration, as well as Architecture and or Automobile Associations. So just finally summing up the code line here, around 13 and the changes that need to happen, the death, the transformation, the transition. I was getting major time to ground, the root chakra energies, the SS and the SSA, Safety and Security Association, that's our root chakra, and aid the lovers, the combination of the feminine within the masculine, in mastering risky behavior, addictions, downloads, etc. With the Sophia in the 5D and the Jesus 3D energy at the Y in the road, chronicling or chronic city, right? Whatever's chronic, whether it's an addiction or a health issue, an injury, the Y in the road is chronic city, right? Like right now, I'm still having issues with my shoulder, but I'm getting much more mobility now. I still don't have full range of motion, but so it's very much about us healing up those last little bits of addictions, things we haven't quite let go of, or things that haven't quite healed yet health-wise, and take that time out to do it. So if you've been injured again, it's not to punish you, it's to get you to stay still, to stop. You need to stop and just put your intention on your body to heal. I mean, I'm just as guilty as that as anyone else. So we get into the read here at 1850. That's the moon or the feminine energy, and the 50 of emotional fulfillment, the 10 of cups. And we start the read at 10:49. That's funny. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, and 49 is the 9 of Cups, the Get Your Wish card. We have the 9 of Swords, or the Adept of Swords here. We have the 2 of Swords here, and then the 6 of Cups next to it. This is the Ascension card, and then the Queen of Cups. And then again, the Adept of Orbs or Swords on top. So the Messenger of Truth, the Knight in Shining Armor, which I was getting for Knight in Shining Armor, the acronym for that would be KISA. So instead of Visa, instead of Visa, Kisa. So Visa might be coming up too. So a travel visa or a credit card visa, whatever it is. But KISA. I'm getting Pisa too, and Giza. So anything with Isas is coming up. The Messenger of Truth, or the Knight in Shining Armor, in their knowing, keeping to self, negative memories, difficult kids, or the past returning, or feeling incomplete, or their world upside down. Not ascending with the Queen of Cups reversed, who could be crying or depressed or emotionally drained or a little bit manipulative as well. The Ace of Wands, new passion, is out of good fortune destined, and knowing without knowing their true path to take. There's a new passion here of the Empress, knowing without knowing. There's a new passion of the Empress to know without knowing and keep to self, to stay balanced mentally without loss of hope or depression, a need to heal and shine their light and dream as well. Feeling run down, sick, and or overexposed, or ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Over the Emperor reversed, the Chariot reversed, stuck, breakdown on the warpath, abusing control, travel or move issues, or stuck in a vehicle for hours, possibly with someone you don't want to be stuck with. Breaking down in communications, especially the 5D. The Empress keeping any depression to themselves, and the Emperor reversed, broken, overexposed, drained, out of control, needs some sun or has had too much sun, the Divine Masculine overheated because they're naturally hot, and needs cooling off time, or in other words, the cold weather. The Monster Mash that came up, and green ski boots or medical boot. Sick or breaking down, breaking out, freaking out, too hot to handle, so that's very much the masculine energy, in need of happiness, vacation, cool down, or a cool place to be, an announcement, or the word is out about his recent behavior. Death, dark night, and the Grim Reaper, and notice the Grim Reaper, another way of saying the Grim Reaper is depressed spender. Surrenders, transition, transformation, and a painful end, burial, or betrayal, or now the gate is wide open to end the war with sovereign, or to be the sovereign, be single again. PTSD and back pain, long-standing wounds, require back treatments, massage, acupuncture, chiropractor, or a family member says you are dead to me, or you say that to them. Religious factors comes up here, and below that was make the effort. So masculines make the effort, and then in the fact that the underlying energy is differences between you. So it doesn't have to be religion, it can be age, culture, any kind of major difference. A long journey for the Knight of Swords to get to the sovereign. Reunion, out, at home, or in union. The Seven of Swords reversed is coming clean to close the gap. The gap, did I say? So gap, somebody might be using gap, but to close the gap with no message or negative talk, spying, immature words, without a leg to stand on, and no love. Dumped or feeling dumped or in the dumps, crying or overwhelmed, pushed to their emotional limits. There's no glass slipper, no two lips, no winner's cup circle or cherry on top, no safety between his legs, no truth, only sharpness, no comforter, no true love. The mannequin is not real. In order to close the distance, one must get a handle on the truth. With a little armor at first, perhaps, in order to feel safe, and take your time, one step at a time. The Divine Masculine associates the sword, or truth, with armor and shield, all right? So because the masculine's wounded by all the war in the past, there's an association with the sword and armor to the truth. So it's hard for him to be in the truth without a little bit of protection. So to start out at first, allowing them a little bit of protection, and then breaking it in slowly so they can trust again. So rebirth is here with number 16, which is the Tower. And then health was beneath that. So again, health issues. Exercising was important today to burn calories, as well as, healing addictions and wounds and injuries that are still going on. And that's 71, which is the co-creation, the Three of Pentacles. Walking away from Sagittarius energy, or fire and ice, someone who's hot and cold, or patient, or patience. Scorpio, Pisces, or Sagittarius at 1123, which is Justice and the King of Wands. Patient, or patient with angel. No options after death, or feeling stuck at the Y in the road after death. Or clinginess, or refusal to change, or leaving the kids behind to find self by being alone. After victory at home, or with the Page of Cups, without intuition, coming out on top because they're innocent, or secret is out about a message of love, and love, of course, always conquers all. Libra, Pisces, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Cancer, Leo, Aries, and Taurus all came up in the underlying energy here. Cutting off child who didn't make the cut, or dreams dashed, but still a loving person. Even though the Divine Masculine feels or felt victorious at cutting one off or down, innocent love never died, only drifted at sea in underwater fantasy. How could he cut them and drown them and clear the field, and yet love still be there? The Page of Cups returning for more. Death be not proud, out of the mouths of babes, about cutting others down to size. Secret is out about the messenger of truth or 5D messages not getting through or breaking down, or someone broke, single, or sovereign and dumped or in the dumps, and rebirth going on. Taking his power back from those who have taken from him or you. Incubus and succubus was also coming up here. The incubus of, and it was very interesting, the definitions, and this is just from Merriam-Webster. The definition of the incubus didn't specify man or woman. It just said evil spirit that lies on people in their sleep or while sleeping, or a nightmare, one that oppresses or burdens like a nightmare. And the succubus was specified, a demon assuming female form to have sexual intercourse with men in their sleep. So you would assume that the incubus is supposed to be referencing the men who do that to people in their sleep. But the first one's considered an evil spirit, the second one's considered a demon. So I just thought that very interesting. So again, it's about getting that kind of energy out of your life, the nightmare, those who oppress or are burdens like a nightmare. So the female form to have sexual intercourse, recent past is the Three of Cups upright. So there's reunion there, party, friends, celebration, just coming together, a night out with friends in the aftermath of dissatisfaction, arrogance, unhappiness alone or in the past, living in the past, or looking back or going back for reunions, or just returning to a relationship, returning home or to a marriage or to a union, or just because of the stability of it. The King of Swords reversed is done fighting sickness or draining environment, overexposure to radiation or light, fighting or games exhausting him. And the foundation here is the Six of Pentacles upright, sharing with the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Cups reversed, who could be Leo, or settling out, or the Queen of Cups reversed has an opportunity now, could have a job or a loan opportunity, or has received an invitation, and Leo, or ego reversed, is out running around, or kids with mother, or mother and grandmother, or one kid is with the Queen of Cups reversed, and one kid is with the Leo reversed, or one kid is Leo Sagittarius, the Leo being reversed and the Sagittarius upright, another kid being Earth upright and water reversed, so the two parts of each kid, one up, one down, or sharing 5D messages or announcements on a long car ride or plane ride or bus or train, breaking things down for them. And bus is definitely coming up from some of the words that I was getting. And also illness was coming up, because I watched a movie last night that was about a child who got leukemia. That was a Family Man. Not The Family Man, A Family Man. It was on Netflix. And it was actually a nice movie. But it was about a little boy who had leukemia. It was really more about the father and his workaholic ways, who finally wakes up after his son gets leukemia and almost dies. So those kind of energies are coming up for the masculine, breaking things down for them. So again, if they're stuck in a long car ride or plane ride, bus ride, train ride, whatever it is, maybe with kids or with the ex, or just in an uncomfortable situation because you're not getting along. But sharing 5D messages. It's coming up, the masculine's actually sharing 5D messages with them, or announcements on this long ride, breaking things down for them. Again, one at a time. Or to the ER, office, or hospital, or by ambulance, or insurance issues come up to deal with the Knight of Swords and Sovereign, older kids, or the Page of Pentacles and Knight of Wands, younger kids, or adult-like kids, and the central energy being the lovers. Under the radar, or feeling like a failure or bad news came in, loss of hope, depression, not drinking enough water, the Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Swords reversed. They're next to each other, but they're both reversed, they're not getting along, or issues with grown kids, so they could be two kids. Gemini is upright, but Aquarius and Leo are both reversed here. As I turn the page, it's 11:54, so again we have the message, the Page of Swords and justice. So there could be a message about justice or from the justice system. The challenge being the Seven of Swords reversed. No downloads or risky behavior, coming clean or still a bit sneaky in the aftermath of sharing a payout or correcting the inequity in a payment or relationship. The King of Wands reversed is upset or drained or just angry by the Messenger of Truth or Knight of Swords expressing lots of feelings in an energetic exchange, feeling defenseless to the energies, to impatience, his own patience and loss of temper, feeling like a fallen angel or dealing with one. The Page of Wands inspired to end fighting, battles, competition, and or games. And that can include kids' games that, when you can't get them off the computer. The King of Swords reversed, coming clean or getting clean about guilt, shame, or feeling guilty about. The Knight of Pentacles reversed, blocking out the Knight of Swords messages and or visits. The Knight of Pentacles reversed is coming up as that's stubborn energy. With the King of Wands reversed, they could be the same person, or another earth sign who has blocked his messages. So he's feeling guilty for having blocked messages and or visits, right? Or somebody else blocked his messages and visits, and it wasn't him, but he's feeling guilty about it either way. The Knight of Swords and or Knight of Wands offering a new life or money to the High Priestess reversed and the Devil reversed, or Pisces reversed and Capricorn reversed. They may be offering a payoff for or this is something they may have done in the past. Pay someone off to lie, or paying someone off in a split, or cutting through the BS to gain more clarity in the situation, or may have paid people to lie or paid an investigator to spy. Now, in the head of the masculine in the now moment is the Ten of Pentacles reversed, the family or big business of justice and or divorce or Libra energy walking away after a court case, a divorce, or fair judgment, juggling the rainbow between the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands reversed. Kids not using their intuition, or juggling two people, and now the secret's out, offers of love and sex only players, or two aspects of his personality, or someone with a split personality disorder, or juggling dysfunctional family, could be family, business, or both, and one offering love but holding back sex or passions with the secret out. Or in divorce, the Divine Masculine is forced to live with dysfunctional family and doesn't really want to, but has nowhere else to go. Separation, heartbreak, negative words, negative news, message, gossip, spying, immature words, or silent treatment in the awakening, or about ideas, or one who is conceited or with a big head. Or the family here, that Ten of Pentacles family reversed, is elitist. Knight of Pentacles reversed, unhealthy lover giving too much, or the Knight of Pentacles reversed is stuck, stubborn, not moving, not working, disabled, in debt, settling out with lover, or paying for everyone because they won't work. The Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords reversed, Knight of Wands is upright, rushing impassionately or out running around, working out and surrendering to the King of Cups reversed, or the King of Cups reversed is giving up on a Leo reversed. Leo, and that could be ego as well, that the Leo or ego is weak and coming clean. The Knight of Pentacles reversed, moving to peace, sexually perhaps, with the Knight of Swords, unhappy, suffering in silence, and reaping rewards, but not getting their wish at the moment. After sudden rage of jealousy, or Knight of Wands, and divvying up settlement in a divorce or court case, or with a Libra, grounding and integrating at the gate, what to do next. The female, of course, directing. Or the Divine Masculine at a conference or trade show, or not using intuition, or Pisces reversed, or secret is out about Capricorn reversed in detox or rehab, and split or lies. And that was at 12:20, which is the Hangman and Judgment. So that's like a final judgment, and somebody's been hung out to dry. So we turn the page, we're now at 12:21, which is tomorrow. the solstice energy, right? I don't know if the exact solstice is on the 21st, but you know this is a significant date for us. So the 12 is a reflection of the 21. It's also referring back to the 12/21, 2012 gateway. So soon, for the masculine, is the 10 of Swords, upright, a painful ending, betrayal, back issues, and or back treatments, prisoner, anxiety, or hands that have been tied, finding peace with sending kids back and forth with an ex or a partner with Taurus, or peace away from Taurus and or marriage, religion, or establishment and or traditions. The Queen of Wands coming clean or getting clean, and the King of Pentacles reversed, recovering or at rehab, working things out, working out details, desires, or just working more creatively, slowing the assembly line down, with Lovers and or a Gemini. The Queen of Swords reversed, and Leo reversed, which also could just be ego, or the Queen of Swords reversed is weak or out of control, with the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And so one queen could be a Gemini, the other one might be a Leo. So the Queen of Swords could be Gemini, the Queen of Pentacles could be Leo, but they don't have to, and the Queen of Pentacles could be Scorpio as well. Avoiding settlement, sharing. So this is like the Queen of Swords, Gemini, out of control or weak, needing the courage to perhaps settle out in the aftermath of sudden events, with the Queen of Pentacles reversed. They're both reversed, but she may have been trying to avoid settlement or sharing, or in the aftermath of sudden jealous rage is now sharing, giving, and settling out with the Divine Masculine. So she may not have wanted to share, obviously, her husband or her partner with the Divine Feminine, or she may not have wanted to share what she has physically as far as money and stuff with her partner, or settle out like that. Gemini, Leo reversed, Scorpio reversed, and Taurus all right here. Masculine seeing himself as the Five of Cups reversed, just over it all. Carrying a heavy load, the weight of the world on his shoulders, offering money, a new life, or a payoff to dysfunctional family. Letting go of savings to fix, mend, or repair, to become inspired as the Page of Wands, or to be young again. Stay optimistic comes up for the masculine about your love life. Reconciliation, as well as free yourself, don't fence me in, and getting to know each other all come up for the Divine Masculine. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Around the masculine, or how he is seen, is the King of Pentacles reversed, with the Empress right on it. And it's like it could be a King of Pentacles who acts like an Empress, or vice versa. It could be an Empress who acts like a businessman, right? So she could be seen as a bitch because she acts like a man in business, so she's really tough, or uses money to get others to do everything for them, wait on them hand and foot. Or the Empress who's greedy or acts like a man in business, or is just ungrounded and just lost money and status and is living with mother or a pregnant partner. Disconnect, not seeing eye to eye, broken, on the warpath, or stuck traveling together and getting over loss and regret, guilt and shame of rejection, shy, vulnerability, or Empress is a spoiled brat, a lady of leisure who expects others to wait on them hand and foot. So that was coming up. This also can be the people who are stuck traveling together. In some cases, could actually be you and your twin stuck in a car together, so that you basically have to work things out. Like you're stuck, you can't go anywhere. And there could be kids around as well. So Cancer reversed and Taurus upright, and Earth sign, or Divine Masculine is over his parents or in-laws. Masculine is to clear blocks around surrender, right? Because for the masculine energy, template-wise, that surrender means giving up, right? So a man's never supposed to give up. So they have issues around surrender, which is not about giving up. It's about surrendering to the divine, to source energy, knowing that the universe is so much wiser than you. And that's what faith is. It's allowing the universe to guide you without resistance, without frustration and stubbornness. The masculine needs to clear blocks around surrender, grounding and integrating an offer of love in a split or lies or BS, and cutting through all that crap, and dumping all emotional attachments that don't serve them. The King of Pentacles reversed is recovering his finances at work, Taking a time out, synchronicities, but even more so today is all about forgiveness. The Three of Swords is upright, separation, strumming my pain with his fingers. The Knight of Cups upright is offering love. The Page of Wands, masked boy, is inspired to cry, to dump, to squeeze out all emotions, to quit alcohol altogether, to offer love to third party through work, or attend with love to issues at work, or fix up the place, or revamping what you actually do, or staff to be more suitable to you. People not getting along, or sister wives, or it's like that at work. 1242 is the Hangman, and 42 is the Two of Cups. Okay, so the Page of Cups is upright with a message of love, or this could be two kids as well, with the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups side by side. That's definitely the masculine and feminine's inner children. As we talk about Shirley Temple and Santa Claus. 1243 is the Hangman, and 43 is the Three of Cups. All right, someone hung out to dry, and others coming together, or inspired by message of love. The Emperor reversed, out of control, abusing their power, or just not doing well, or an ego death, holding back an announcement or deliberations until the cycle is over or complete, or until there's been a completion of the reunion, coming together, or waiting until the holiday party to make an announcement. Deception and or detox at or the new moon, waiting for the new moon to break chains that bind, which comes in right after Christmas. So it comes in literally, for some time zones, it's on the 25th, and some is the 26th for the new moon. So coming up with a new moon to break all the chains that bind before the new year. Or the Cancer reversed and Capricorn reversed come together as the Page of Wands and Page of Cups, so the inner children are upright, it's just the adults are still reversed, to work things out, inspired, grounding and integrating love, with a secret out and detox, Pisces, and possibly a Pisces and Capricorn split. And those don't have to be sun signs. They can be, at least sun, moon, and rising, if not others. Or lies. The Page of Wands and the Page of Cups may be weak or in need of the courage to surrender to the Empress, or abundance. The Leo may be weak in giving up to the Taurus, or Empress needs the courage to surrender her cause. High Priestess reversed, not using their intuition, or secret is out about bad memories, bad childhood, or bad past, difficult kids, or the past returning, via rest, prayer, meditation, nightmares, or a visit from one who has passed. The Ten of Cups family, their secret is out about juggling, performing, possibly someone with mental issues, or over-isolating and now coming out about the past, the juggling or the act. Insecure, manipulative, or lost their tools, with the Queen of Pentacles reversed and now free at last. The family with no intuition, or Divine Masculine is emotionally fulfilled with the ending of a family or emotional cycle. And now that the secret is out about insecurities and or dark manipulations, tricks, spell work, or curses, family took tools in the split or division, with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, and now he's free to leap. The connection in the 5D secretly with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, also who is now free. The Knight of Swords shares or settles out over past emotional issues or attachments to guilt and shame. The King of Pentacles reversed comes together with lover, challenged by, and the lover can be affection, it doesn't have to be sex, okay? It could be love for family, children, or it can be the lover, the partner as well. It can be the twin as well. But comes together with lover and is challenged by coming clean about the Ten of Swords, painful end or betrayal, back issues and or treatments, and surrenders. The Ten of Pentacles reversed family. So that could be either surrendering to them or surrendering them by detaching from them. Inspired by a message of love and need for courage to surrender. The Empress, or 1 to 2 kids to the Empress, like letting go of your kids if you're separating. The Knight of Swords, messenger of truth, coming together. Could be a party or reunion with the secret out, sharing, settling with lover and or the Ten of Pentacles reversed family, with dysfunctional or financial loss, and challenged by coming clean, getting clean, over it all, the painful end, betrayal, back pain issues, and now inspired to let go of status and or money to surrender to inspiration and love of the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups. Weak in giving up to the Empress, or that can be abundance as well, takes courage to be free from the past and the act, and now be present and authentic to self. And that was at 104, which is also like 10-4, message received, but also the Magician and the Emperor. All right, so that was the read. I'm going to pull you a few cards, and I'll show you the cards. We'll try not to forget. So we'll do the Kipper and the Good Tarot, which I've been doing a lot of recently. Okay, and I have to tell you, I pulled some cards before, after this read, and I can't tell you how many times that this little girl keeps, and I just split the cards, and this is where she was. She keeps ending up on the bottom of the deck in the underlying energy every time. It's like the divine, it's definitely divine feminine, because like look what's behind her. This is the little girl and little boy, the inner children. This is Shirley Temple on Santa Claus's lap. Such a cute vision. So it's like for the divine masculine, that the inner child of the feminine is always the underlying energy. All right, so from the Kipper deck, for the divine masculine twin flames today, which is the masculine within the masculine, but also the feminine. And don't forget, it's a general read. Don't force it to fit if it doesn't. And if you should like a session with me, all my information's below, twinflames3344.com, .com and at gmail.com. All right, so for everyone watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Take a deep breath, guys. For the divine masculine twin flames, for everyone to hear. We have the gift. Beautiful. 17 is the star. The gift is you, the star that you are. Even when you're in despair, to love yourself anyway. And here's that bad health that needs to be corrected. Like, so you need to be still. The gift is the moment. Okay, and there could be some court issues to settle too. I have to deal with health insurance with my daughter. So there's just stuff like that coming up to deal with. And then here's marriage as well that you may have to deal with. But don't forget, the gift is the moment and being the star that you are. And this could be leaving each other, or it could be coming together. It just depends on who you are, and there's great fortune here either way. Okay? The bottom of the deck here is the official person. So again, there's official things going on right now, and there may be unexpected income coming in because of it. And a message of concern that was before that. So message of concern, unexpected income, and then the official person who maybe brings that forth to you. And maybe coming from a mature woman at work. Maybe somebody's getting a bonus. There's also a lover's card here. And then we have the feminine coming up there. And that could be a child as well. It could be a great affection for a daughter at work with their mother. And then a message of concern with unexpected income. And then official person comes forward. So for good or for bad, I mean, if the official word is coming forward with income or money, of course that could be inheritance. So, you know, that's a double-edged sword there. But either way, it looks like it's very positive energy there. It's about, even if it's a breakup or a death, it's about really coming into your own, you know, detaching from things that don't serve you anymore, allowing yourself to be your true self. You know, not just making vows at the beginning of the year, but committing to yourself every day of the year. It's a very spiritual practice to stay committed to yourself, to be present so as not to get triggered, and to love yourself even if you do. Nothing wrong with being human. We're here to be human. We're just helping, we're here to master these energies, to learn to go back and forth. So the back and forth dance isn't just about the masculine and feminine, it's about the 3D and 5D. It's like a two-way challenge. So that's why it's so difficult to master. So that you can master being multidimensional, so that you can then guide others in doing the same. So it won't be so difficult. All right, so everyone watching, for the highest and best of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? I'm clearing all negative energies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all those concerned, and filling those empty spaces with only beautiful love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. Whoops, take a deep breath. Wow. That went flying. A card did come out, but the whole rest of the deck wanted to go flying with it. So there you go. You're leading the way. That's what I was definitely getting there, because this was all flying out. Let's see what's coming up here. The card that flew out, the Six of Air. I'm getting flying through the air with the greatest of ease again over the trapeze. So before, where the wind needed help, and another card's coming out too, and I'll show you the bottom of this also. I'm not sure what the underlying energy is since that deck kind of flew out, so I'm going to leave that be. But in this deck, I want to show you another card because there's a reference here. So in this card, I want you to see the difference between this card and this one. You know how I say always this one, it seems like there's no water here to anchor into, right? There may have been wind in this sail and it's colorful, but there's no water. In this one, there's plenty of water and the winds have really gusted up to push them forward. All right, it's the Six of Air. This is finding peaceful waters. So with the wind in your sail, so it's about getting your confidence back, and the ship is definitely coming in here. This one was kind of, distant horizons, right? They're only thoughts. This is it actually happening. All right? So this is the card that's coming in for you guys. That you're finding peace. You've got the wind back in your sails, and that also means you've found the courage to speak. And the other cards that's coming up is the Messenger of Fire, which is like the Knight of Fire. And she's very sweet, but she's also she's thinking about injustices that have been done. She's not going to let someone take her again. And she's saying, if I want to put a candelabra on my head and that's what I want to wear, then I'm going to do that. I'm going to be me, whether you like it or not. She's standing up for herself. But she's young. She may not be fully confident in her authentic self yet, but she's working on it. The Messenger of Fire is all about getting moving physically, passionately, about what you believe in, about yourself. And this has to do with working out as well. And let's see. Let's see how many candles she has. 1, 2, 3. She's got 8 candles there, which is about the strength to do what she needs to do. To ignite her, it's on her head. She's celebrating her crown, as well as opening and igniting her crown. But this is like all the spirits gathering around to see the rebirth in the Messenger of Fire. The Messenger of Fire. And that has to do, this is being shown as a feminine, so this has to do with the masculine rebirth from the feminine, to help the masculine actually open his crown further. But it's the masculine within you first. And we have 8 candles around that. So it has to do with inner and outer strength and manifesting your dreams. So these two, and this is very much, so today the blue energies are the masculine, because remember he needed to cool down. He was too fiery yesterday. And this is the feminine needing to fire up, become more masculine. The masculine here has the wind in their sails, calmly coming forward, and the feminine's vamping up. She's getting more fire to stand up for herself. And the 8 also has to do with the balance of the masculine and feminine within, right? And the coming together. And you notice that this is the Messenger of Fire, but it has 8. So this is like 6 and 8, which is the Page of Pentacles, which is the perpetual student, always learning. Okay, so the masculine's cooling off. He's got the wind back in his sail. And the feminine is vamping up her energies, her masculine energies. And boy, I talked to my daughter. She's dealing with insurance issues right now. And boy, I did her cards yesterday, and there was almost every card was a fire card. There's a lot of frustration coming up for female energy. I want to pull one more card. All right, and that came out pretty much one more. 8 of water. So there's your other 8. We have 2 8s now. Okay, and then 6 of the lovers between. And this is about, look. Hold on one second, some other cards want to come out. That's it. Okay, so the bottom of the deck now that's coming out, the underlying energy, is the Ace of Earth, which is the Ace of Pentacles, which is that new life. That's kind of like the Irish knot energy there too. The 3 of the Trinity. And I want to show you this with the ship. So I'll put that next to the ship so you can see it better. But look, here's the ship. The ship that they've been waiting for. And look how close it is now. It was so far away before. Saying, look how close it is. It's here. So the person standing here is the feminine in her confidence as the hermit energy coming out. And then here's the masculine on the ship coming in, having cooled off and gotten the wind back in his sails. It's very cool. I mean, it can work the other way too. But I'm getting like this is the feminine's dowry for the masculine. It can work the other ways too, that the feminine's coming in on the ship. And he's waiting with gifts. But I feel like it's the other way around. I feel like that's the feminine. By land and by sea, because she's on land and this is at sea. Yep. Okay. So very cool messages there. I pulled a few more cards for you to see what we have here. So this first came out by itself, the Wheel of Fortune. And here we have the portal of the ship as well. And the kaleidoscope of the colors here. And I see this patchwork heart that the quilt has been sewn. Everything's together because the heart's been completed. We have a heart and a circle. And stars all around. I'm getting like, that this is like the sun and the feminine saying, what the heck's taking the masculine so long getting up here? It's really funny. Right? Like, so this is the sun of the central sun and then the moon, the face in the moon of the feminine though. But in her masculine, waiting, saying, what's taking the masculine so long to get through? Come on. But it also has to do, you know, the submarine came up the other day. It has to do with the masculine coming out from being submerged underneath the water. Well, now he's above water on a ship with full sail coming in. All right, so now he's speeding up. It took a long time, but now he's got full wind in his sail. So the next 2 cards are, these 2 came out, which is, this is Transformation and the Empress. So the Empress was definitely a big deal in the read today. And this is about resisting the full transformation, resisting the change. It can be after death as well. But this Empress is very much lion energy, which is leadership, king of the jungle. And we have Emperor here. So it's interesting because this is called, is it? Oh, I'm sorry, it is the Emperor. I was going to say, it's hard to read this writing sometimes. This is the Emperor card. So this is the masculine energy. It's the Emperor's card. Back in control again, back in the saddle again. Okay, and let's see what this is how the transformation card looks like. It's like it's like, because she's like, I'm getting, even though this is usually resisting, this could also be after death, you know, in the aftermath, settling everything out. Even though there's all this scattered energy running around, or like looking for castles in the sky, no longer, that's what I'm getting. It's like no longer searching for for things that aren't there, actually coming into control and knowing what is there for the masculine here. Or even not, this is even also the masculine not denying his own inner feminine. Okay? Because here she's a child. He's pushing the feminine side down because making her small. And now we're overturning that. He's allowing his feminine to mature fully. Okay, and then these are the last 4 cards that came out. We have the Ace of Air, which is the Ace of Swords reversed, which can be a split or lies, or cutting through to get clarity. We have the 5 of Earth, which is the 5 of Pentacles reversed, which usually has to do with recovering, whether it's financial or practical, after being in exile. And then we have the Fool, which I love this card. The colors are so beautiful there. And this is the Freedom, which is the last clarification card of this read. After dealing with lies and split and recovering from financial destitution or practical issues, we are now free. And then we do have the Strength card, but it's reversed, which is what comes up in the read as well at the end. Needing the courage to be that fool and take the leap. So that's where we get here. It also can be ego death, because we have the 8. And this is the feminine with the lion. So we have the lion here. So here's the masculine emperor here. And this is reversed, because needing the strength. This is her taming the masculine. And this is finding the courage to not try to tame the masculine. To let him be his authentic self. Even if he's a lion wearing funky costumes. Yeah, he's got like, I don't know what he is. It's kind of hard to make out the picture. Yeah. So both the Fool and the Strength reverse card, these were both at the end of the read, so it's just confirming that getting over all the lies, the splits, the divide, all the crap, the recovering from financial issues or practical issues, and now being free. And this is hearing the call, free to leap and take an open heart and take a leap of faith. And here's just needing the courage to allow yourself to be you and allow the other to be them, no matter what. Here's the dance. The number 8, we got 0 there. And then the 1 and the 5 is 51 is the King of Swords. This is 1 and 5 is also the devil energy of the Capricorn energy. So we're in Capricorn. And then the Fool of the 0 and the 8. Okay, and that's about one dancing and the other still getting balanced and almost ready to dance. So one's going to help the other come into the dance of the twins. Okay, I got to show you the cards before I forget. All right, Adept of Swords is the underlying energy, and that Master of Chalices is there, but that was below the other 4 cards. So that was I just wanted to show you that there. Recent past is that 3 of Cups or Chalices there. The foundation here is the 6 of Crystals. The center card is the Lovers, challenged by the 7 of Orbs or Swords. The other underlying energy is there, and then what's crowning is that 10 of Pentacles family peeking through. And then scrolling over to what's coming up, which is the energies here of the 10 of Orbs. So you can't even see it, it's pretty covered. But those are some of the other energies on it. The masculine seeing himself is the 5 of Chalices or Cups. Around him or how he's seen, the Master of Crystals or Pentacles with the Empress on it. Then the blocks he needs to clear is the 2 of Crystals. You see in the SIRIAN Starseed deck, it's very much about surrender. And then you see the Numerology deck cards, very purple, third eye, crown, and forgiveness of the throat chakra. Okay, and then ending up here with the Page of Wands, the masked boy. You can see the flame inside, the burning desire. And then above that is the Page of Cups, which you can't see, it's covered, which is upright. And then the Strength card reversed, which is a tiger. The Wounded Warrior reversed, which is a surrender again. And then the Empress there on top. And then the Clarify cards up to the Fool. And the other cards there. Okay. I think that's everything. So make sure you guys drink enough water, take care of your health this week. Get your rest, get your joy, get your nature, and rise and be loved, guys. Bye.